the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight we are here with the NSRA Sunday Select Series. They bring you racing action from Daytona. In the booth with me here tonight, none other than Travis Elliott. Travis, qualifying, getting ready to get underway. These drivers are hitting the track for the first time in this new package.
Yeah, it's a completely new car out there. They do not drive like they used to. It's gonna be a very interesting race to see who can adapt and get it done tonight.
All right, so as they make their way out onto the speedway, Josh Milam, one of the first cars to make his way out onto the track to lay down his qualifying time, and one of the drivers that picked up a win last week.
Yeah, Josh is a very capable driver. Gonna have my eye on him tonight to see if he can get that second win. And I think we have a couple other people looking to get that second win. And I believe one of them is the 3 of Paul Servant, who is now coming out onto the track for his first outlap. So it'll be interesting to see where he is. But yeah, tonight, KR, I think tonight's going to be a little crazy, a little bit hectic.
Yeah, this new package, some of the drivers are hesitant to call it good, and we're going to find out what it is all about here tonight. Paul Savant in the 3, making his way into the tri-oval, begin his first timed lap. As the times start rolling in, we'll try and bring you those driver updates. Jason Grames in the 40, making his way around as he crosses the start-finish line and begins his first timed lap.
And Josh Milam, first one to hit the line on his first time lap, 48.8. Still holding on pole very nicely. He's on his second lap right now, so he's coming out strong to begin with, KR, but I believe he got the win last week. Maybe him and that team feel really confident trying to go back to back tonight. I can't remember the last person to do that. I think it was last season. And then Josh Milam's teammate Hunter Reynolds comes up and runs a faster lap than him, but Hunter is now on his second time lap. I'm looking through the list here. 88 Dana Osborne running the wall right now. Gonna set a time for him, and I believe I just went to the 44 of Anthony English, and he's going to the pits. So I don't know if something happened there, or maybe he didn't like his outlap or something, but or something happened in sim, I think.
Mark Mann sitting on top of the leaderboard now with a very quick time, 48.49. JD Crow in second, Josh Milam third, Hunter Reynolds sitting in fourth, and Paul Servant in the 3, now taking over the top spot.
No surprise there. I know we always kind of joke about that. But that whole Candy Shack team is always very strong. Speaking of his teammates, Daniel Holloway's coming across the line for his first time lap. So Dana Osborne is currently P3. So you have the Candy Shack guys, P1, P3. Where's the other one at? Chris Akers right now on his looks like he's about to take the road course. But he locks him up. Gets out of the car real quick. Oh, man. KR, tonight. Tonight. There's something about Daytona with a new car. I think a lot of people are going to be kind of pushing the limits, or we're going to see a very reserved race. And I think we'll be able to tell within the first 10 laps.
Yeah, it's going to be quite the interesting first few laps. 15 drivers have taken a lap time, and I believe that's all we're going to see here in qualifying as the timer is winding down. 5 minutes all these drivers get to turn 2 laps. If you don't start rolling out right away, you're pretty much not interested in laying down a qualifying time.
Yeah. I mean, there's still some people pulling out there on the track, but they're about to get pulled into their cars for grid.
All right, with that said, let's go to the national anthem. We'll be back with our starting lineup. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Drivers have started to roll out. That can only mean it is time to go through our starting lineup for this one here tonight. Row number 1, the 3 of Paul Servant and Mark Mann. Row number 2, going to be the 88 of Dana Osborne and JD Crow. Row 3 will be the 7 of Josh Milam, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Row 4, Sean Wilder and Donald Sadusky. Row number 5 going to be the 4 of Chris Akers and the 62 of Les Levy. Row 6, Russ Hancock and Dan Harrington.
Row 7, the 40 of Jason Grams and the 21 of Dan Holloway. Row 8, the 15 of Rick Greenaway and the 63 of Michael Hinton. Row number 9, the 44 of Anthony English and the 27 of Sean Stevens. Row number 10, going to be the 61 of DJ Mitchell and the 9 of Pondo Co. Row number 11, the 28 of Jimmy Reynolds and the 51 of John Guerrera. And then on your last row, the 25 of Adam Evans and the 31 of Todd Poston.
Pace car down and away. Paul Servant in the 3. taking the green flag for the first time here tonight. And Travis, the moment we've been waiting for to see how this new package is going to work, this draft package, well, we're going to find out going down the backstretch here at Daytona.
Yep, and you can already see Dana Osborne getting on the 3's bumper, and it's very unstable. And that's one of the big things is people have been talking about tandem drafting, and you can see Paul and Dana getting a pretty big jump on the lead right there. They're going to get slowly reeled back in though. But KR, when you get under a car, there's a little bubble of air, and you can kind of see that everybody's kind of keeping the gap as Josh Milam's going to get driven under by the 4 of Chris Akers, and that's Candy Shack 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. Josh is going to fall in line, but you have to break that air bubble and really get under the car that you're pushing. It's very unstable, so you can already see that tandem drafting kind of really paying off for them. Is the 3, the 88, and the 4 are kind of just single file up here, KR.
Yes, getting single file here at the front of this field here very quickly. Not a common practice for this NSRA Sunday Select Series, but single file they are in lap 2 down at the bottom.
Yep, and that's the new package. Usually you're 2x2, and coming to lap 3, we have a substantial bottom line with no real outside line forming. You have to take a lot of work to really build runs now, especially, and work with the guy in front of you. And now more so than ever, side drafting is a actual side draft mechanic rather than just getting close. As Josh Milam's getting on the bumper of the 4, got him out of shape a little bit. But that's another thing is in this new package, they made side drafting more like it is in real life rather than what it was before, which was just get close to the car and you kind of get the draft on the car in front of you. So we'll see who can figure that out early on, and we're just going to be running single file here. I wonder if they're going to ever get to that wall there. That'd be kind of nice.
Fastest lap of the race, Daniel Holloway turning a 46.105, and as I say that, Dan Harrington crosses the line turning a 46.02. A lot of drivers turning their best lap here at the completion of lap number 3.
Yep, and you can see the 15 of Rick Greenaway just falling back. He went up to the top. I don't know if he's intentionally falling back, but he is dropping like a rock right now. Only going about 185 miles an hour, and the rest of the pack's going around 200. So I don't know if that was intentional.
Mark Mann has fallen to the back as well, and he has lost the draft very quickly because of that. That 04 machine, I saw him down on the apron down the backstretch. Not sure what sent him down there as he blinks out. Maybe that was by decision to pull out of the pack as he has internet issues.
Yeah, but more than likely what it is, what's going on so far there, kind of getting out of the way, is Dan Osborne gives Paul a little bump that makes him wiggle coming out of the turn. Oh, man. And it looks like the 91 is also dropping back. I don't know if that's a decision he is making also, but he is going to the back of this pack. And Jimmy Reynolds, little checkup there, 3 wide in the back between the 25. Ooh.
Adam Evans in the 25 machine, making his, I believe, first appearance out here on Sunday night. And he owns the fastest lap of the race right now.
Not too bad to come in here and get the fastest lap in your first race, as we have the top 10 kind of just checked out a little bit. Pretty sizable gap between the 26 of Hunter Reynolds and the 44 of Anthony English. About a second and a half, really. Looks like the 62 and the 26 are going to go to try this top lane, see if they can get something built up. Let's get on to the 21's quarter panel and side draft them a little bit. And I don't think they're going to go anywhere without any more help, as we definitely have 2 distinct packs formed.
And we ride on board with the 44 of English. You can see quite the gap between him and Hunter Reynolds, who is the 10th place driver. And right now, the 44 has little to no chance of catching this pack from what I hear.
Yeah, if it's anything, you know, with not really be able to bump draft it like you could, you'll see the 27. He's gonna get to his bumper, but he's gonna actually suck up to the bumper. But as soon as he hits the bumper, he just loses any kind of contact to be able to push. And I know I was talking before to a couple drivers, and you know, you used to have to drag the brake for the cup cars, and they said that dragging the brake doesn't even help getting that lead car under your bumper, almost makes it worse for the following cars. And I don't know if that's just how the arrow is for these cars now, but Paul Servant still leading with no real challenge to him yet. Wonder if that'll change throughout this race as people get more comfortable with these cars.
JD Crow in the 17 machine sitting in a fourth. Russell Hancock rounding out your top 5 in that 343. And this front pack has stayed pretty much single file. Josh Milam in the 7, losing a couple positions here at the start of this race. And for Milam and Hunter Reynolds, they have done a steady job of falling back to the tail of this lead pack.
Yeah, I saw when Les and Hunter went up to the middle line to try to get something going. Josh jumped up there too, but they quickly had nothing. Wonder if they're gonna try to get another push up there, as Hunter is trying to get to Josh's bumper, but he's having issues trying to do that, obviously. Josh trying to side draft on the Les there, wrecking at a 4, big wreck.
Adam Evans in the 25, it was all sorts of tore up. Let's see if we can figure out what happened here. The 25, the 9, and the 19 getting together, coming off a turn number 4.
Good heads up driving by the 91 there to miss that with 3 cars right in front of them.
John Wilder doing a good job of missing this one. Let's go on aboard.
Yeah, it looks like the 9 just maybe gave him a little bit of a bad touch there and sent him around. I don't know. Actually, it looks like the 25 lost it a little bit.
All right, so the field under its first caution, that is going to allow everyone to get bunched back up. And we're going to probably see everyone coming down pit road.
Yeah, about 10 laps. I don't know if the fuel mileage has changed, but with new aero, you never really know. As the nondescript pace car leads the field to the pits. No more Ford Mustang or Porsche 911 KR. It's now the nondescript pace car.
A nondescript pace car, huh?
Yep, it's essentially what it said in the patch notes. Before Chris Akers misses his box. Well, he might have got in there.
Josh Milam, Hunter Reynolds missing their box as well. Paul Servant down and away.
Looks like Paul Servant getting out of the pits. It looks like the 25 is being scored as the leader. I'm wondering if he'll have a end of line penalty since he pit early to fix that car up.
So pit stop's done and over with. The 25 of Adam Evans did make his way onto pit road for that fast repair, and you can see he's already dropping to the back as the 3 of Paul Servant takes over the top spot. Going to pull in behind that nondescript pace car.
From the back, it kind of looks like a what is it called?
I believe those are a combination of every car they could come up with.
Just about.
Because if I remember correctly, that's how the Camaro taillights look. And then the back end of it, it probably is a Tesla, Volkswagen, Mercedes, McLaren, all that stuff. If you just threw it all together, ran it through a blender.
The rear end kind of looks like that doesn't look like a Camaro. That looks like some German taillights, like some Audi or Mercedes. And the front end just looks. It looks like the I don't know if you're familiar with the RS4 touring car. That's kind of what it looks like.
Oh, either way, mistakes were made.
Yeah, I agree.
But maybe they could only do so much with licensing agreements and everything. So
yeah,
kudos to iRacing for making a car that I can no longer
make fun of.
Call it a Ford
butt stain.
Butt
KR, we still have some Ford butt stains in the field, as you would say. And there is no Mustang in till 7th place, so not a good showing tonight for the Mustangs.
Oh, it's almost like they're slow.
Maybe.
I
mean, Paul and them always do such a good job making those Camaros look fast. It's kind of hard to argue with that, considering 95% of the field is Camaros.
Oh my. All right, so lining up, getting ready to let them loose one more time. The 3 of Paul Servant, the 88 of Dana Osborne on the front row for this restart. The 17 of JD Crow, and then the 21 of Daniel Holloway. 23 cars still out on track, all 23 on the lead lap. We did have 2 drivers not take the green flag, Stephen Herman and John Carrera. They are sitting behind the pit wall. We'll see if they're going to join the race later on here tonight. As the green flag comes out, Paul Servant had Dana Osborne on his back bumper for this initial start, and they were able to pull away. This time, JD Crow is going to get to the back bumper of the 3, and not being his teammate, he may try and make a pass here.
Yeah, but you can already see that outside line just falling off, really. The inside line just building so much momentum all the way up to the 91 of Sean Wilder almost. Dana's probably going to try to jump down, but that was 6 cars that Dana just lost ground to on the first lap, and you can just see how different this package is. And
that outside line is absolutely dead in the water, falling back.
And it's not like they're not trying either. Dana was on Dana's bumper right there as hard as he could be. 21's jumping down the line behind Mark Bain, who is currently having connection issues. So that would explain why he dropped to the back. And Dana's just going to fall even further, probably to the back of this line. Nobody's going to let him get down. Wes Levy jumps up behind him, try to give him some little bit of speed as he's just maintaining right now next to Todd Poston.
So he goes from restarting on the front row to falling all the way down to 16th spot, and still has not found somewhere to slide in. He is continuing to lose ground to the 3 of Paul Servant. Josh Milam in the 7, peeking out of line here a little bit, and that is giving some separation in the first 3 cars as we got trouble in the back. 1 car on its side. That is Daniel Holloway in the 21, but we stay green. Holloway, who went onto his side, did not set any sort of iRacing caution triggers.
Yeah, that should have been a caution. It's unfortunate that it wasn't.
Michael Hinton in the 63 will tore up in that situation as well.
And we're back to single file racing once again. Josh Milam trying to make something work. He's trying to get to that forced quarter panel. And KR, it's working. He just pulled the 4 back off of that run right there. He got a pretty good amount of separation from. You can see the gap between the 17 and the 4 for him. That was from Josh getting on his quarter panel. And the 7 and 26 are going to get marked men up there, but they're just going to fall back once again because there's not really any momentum up there. But we got some side-by-side racing up here with single file on the single file behind them. And it looks like the 25 of Adam Evans recovered fairly decently from that incident he was involved with earlier. And Josh and Hunter are still trying this top, trying to get something to work. Something different rather than running in line.
You have to pass them where they're not. Unfortunately, sometimes that means figuring out whether or not that outside lane can work, and it might take you all race before you hit on something.
Yeah, and you can see they're doing something because they're getting a massive run. They're pulling the 4 off of that 17's bumper, and they're making something work. They're working that side draft as best as they can. And I think that's what you're going to have to really do is Hunter gets into his quarter panel a little bit, and the 21 of Daniel Holloway have to go 1 lap down. And KR, they're actually moving forward now. I believe Josh is actually going to get clear of Paul here. And Josh does get clear. Doesn't drop, though. Ooh, Hunter's going to get clear, too.
So for the first time, we're seeing that outside lane take over the top spot.
Yeah, I think that was Hunter and Josh side drafting. And you can see how strong that side draft mechanic is, and that as Paul jumps up to the top. I wonder if they're figuring out, if that top line, that top line works as the 3 of Paul Servant jumps back down to the bottom. Hunter and Josh both clear the 3 by a large margin. Josh out in front by a lot. Not really going anywhere now. The 21 of Daniel Holloway is being kept into the pack. He's 1 lap down. But KR, that's the first real challenge that we saw, and it was successful. It's hopefully people are taking notes of this, as the field is actually side by side for the most part now.
So the 21 of Holloway leading the charge in the outside lane. He is the first car 1 lap down. Ooh, 17 of JD Crow dropping down below the yellow line. Les Levy in the 62.
Behind.
Contact in the 62, hard on the brakes, trying to slow it down.
31 also involved in a hard hit into the outside wall. No caution once again, as we're still green flag racing here.
Todd Poston, as we check the replay here, able to keep it off the wall until he rejoins the racing surface and smacks that right front pretty good.
Yeah, hard hit into the wall there. So we're back to the front. Not a lot changing. Josh Milam still leading. Single filed all the way up to, what was that, P7? Or any real 2x2. There's a big checkup on bottom. The 25, Adam Evans, going to be sent down to the apron. Could have been much worse than what it was. So good to see that they got that sorted out. He's going to hop back up onto the track at the end of this pack right here. That could have been a massive wreck in the back half of this field.
2 drivers on pit lane, Todd Poston and Pondo Co sitting in their pit stalls. Well, Pondo Co is sitting in his pit stall. Todd Poston starting to roll back out onto the track. And the 31 has now gone 1 lap down as well.
Yeah, I believe the 51 of John Guerrera, I don't know what happened to him, but I know that the 711 of Stephen Herman is being the race control for this race. So big thank you to old Squirman Herman himself for keeping these guys in line and cracking cracking some heads when he needs to. As we see the 21 of Daniel Holloway falling in line, the field is almost single file, and usually KR you're thinking green flag pit stops, but now it's no, we're actually just going to run in line because that's the fastest way around here.
Yeah, that bottom lane has gotten single file here. Drivers last on pit road on lap 10. Like you saying, that's usually a sign that green flag pit stops are coming up, but for right now, we're going to take it to mean that everyone just trying to ride this one out. We do have a 27 machine out all by himself, found wandering out in the wilderness. Sean Stevens is about 17.7 seconds off the race pace.
Turn 4. The 15 of Rick Greenaway and the 343 of Russ Hancock and the 25 of Adam Evans all getting together. Big checkup caused that wreck. Just sent everybody into the wall there.
Holloway in the 21, maybe going to get the free pass out of this one. Let's take one more look at this crash. Hancock involved, Sadusky involved.
Yeah, it looks like there was a checkup from the 82, Daniel Harrington, when he came up onto Jimmy Reynolds' bumper, and Russ checked up, Rick Greenaway checked up, Rick went high, and the 25 was. By the time he went high, and 25 was there and just sent Rick right around.
All right, so yellow flag coming out. Another round of green flag pit stops.
Yellow flag pit stops.
Sorry. Yeah. Good grief.
It's a color that's, and they're pitting, so I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's fine.
As I do believe the 21 is going to get the wave around. I don't know if that's the lucky dog or is he just electing to stay out. 7 of Josh Milam leading everybody down to pit road. A few people missed their box earlier. We'll see if that happens again. 7 overshoots his box slightly. So did the 17 of JD Crow. And Josh is going to lose a few spots here. Only going to lose one, or he's going to lose 2, one to his teammate and one to Paul Servant. I don't know if that's good for him starting on the bottom, as we've seen the outside kind of struggle on restarts here. Paul Servant is going to be your leader. The drop of this next green flag, Gare.
All right, so the 31 of Todd Poston staying out, maybe going to try and do the wave around. He was on pit road about 3 laps ago.
Yeah, I would assume he's just going to take the wave around.
Hancock in the 343 making his pit stop. He is going to be sent to the tail of the field.
Yeah, he hit pit road pretty early, and because of that incident that he was in, which makes sense.
So that will give the lead back to the 3 of Paul Servant, Hunter Reynolds in the 26, Josh Milam in the 7. And what do you say? Let's get a quick word in with the driver of the 3 machine, Paul Servant, your race leader. Paul, you got your ears on?
Hello.
Well, there he is, Paul. Real quick, while we're under yellow, what's the racing like out there with this new draft package?
It looks like it's single file, follow the leader, kind of like F1, kind of boring.
And as a driver, how are you preparing for this?
Well, I'm dragging the brake a little bit to get the guy behind me on my bumper to push me, but JD wasn't pushing too hard there, and Hunter and Josh were able to get by me. But we'll see. I got Josh behind me here. He might push a little bit better.
All right, Paul. Well, good luck to you in the rest of this race, man. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Thanks for dragging me in here, and Team Candy Shack, the league, and all the fans watching. Hope it doesn't not too boring.
All right, that is Paul Servant, driver of the 3 Machine, representing Candy Shack Motorsports. And Travis, seems like he's having a good time.
Yeah, I mean, can't be having too bad of a time running single file when you're leading the single file pack. So, and it's very difficult to pass. So, sure he'd love to go single file. It may be boring, but if you're leading the race and it's hard to get around cars, and it's pretty much guaranteed unless you have something happen behind you. But pace car's about to pull off to the track. We're about to go green again, lap 27. Not a whole lot going on, a lot of single file racing car, but pace car is off. Green flag is out. 3 of Paul Servant steps on the loud pedal. Hunter gets a great restart, but no real help behind him. Josh, pretty solid restart on the inside line. It looks like I think if the 4 had a good restart there, Hunter might have been able to make a challenge for Paul's position there. As Josh kind of falls off and that outside line surging forward. Hunter's going to get clear of Paul Servant by a whole lot. Big wiggle by the 7, causing a checkup on the bottom. That's going to get the 4 clear. For the 26 and the 4, the 17 almost got clear. As more checking up on that bottom. The 44 of Anthony English getting held up slightly. So, I mean, that's the best restart we've seen on the outside line tonight, KR.
Absolutely, as the 26 was able to take over that top spot.
Yeah, and Josh was on the 7's bumper as best as he could, and I think he got pulled off his bumper there when they side drafted him and really upset the car. As Hunter is just out in front of this field, being followed by the 4 and the 3. JD Crow dropping back. Gets caught on that outside. He's going to have the 91 behind him, along with a few other cars, the 28 of Jimmy Reynolds and the 19 of Donald Sadusky. It's the 9 of Pondo Co making a move on the 17. 17 tried to drop to the bottom. Not any gaps open for him to fall into.
A quick note on the 9 of Pondo Co. He is the only car right now that is off the lead lap. He's a couple laps down in that 9 machine after having to work out the damage he sustained in that incident down the backstretch. Was he in the one coming off of turn 4?
He's the one off of turn 4.
Off turn 4.
Yeah, he was the
Holloway
first
was the one down the backstretch sliding down. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's a crazy night.
A lot of things happening, which is kind of funny for a race going single file. A lot of funky wrecks happening. Saw Holloway get on his side and do a nice 50-50 down the back straight and landed on his wheels. As Hunter Reynolds leads us to lap number 30. And the 63 and the 31 are trying to make something work on the top there. I don't know if that's intentional, or if they're just riding up there. As the 4 are going to pass Hunter on the inside. I'm assuming the 7's going to go up there and help Hunter. So now you have teammates pushing teammates. That inside line just has so much momentum. 44 of Anthony English is going to pull it behind the 3 now and take over that 3rd spot on the inside as Josh gets a bit loose there. Had to get off Hunter's bumper. And they're trying to make an outside form. They have the 9 of Pondo Co right there, KR, and they're being joined by the 15 of Rick Greenaway. So more cars jumping to the outside line. Looks like Hunter and them are going to really pinch that inside line and try to get something to work, and we'll see how well they can get that outside line moving, KR.
All right, so here we go, creeping up on the halfway point. Ooh, the 40 getting loose coming off the corner. Adam Evans in the 25 machine's like, I can't believe there's another car sideways in front of me.
And he's pulling down on the apron and he's going to fall back into the back of the pack once again. Can't catch a break tonight, KR, in his first race in the Sunday Select Series. Hopefully, he can get some more luck going as the night goes on. But the outside line gaining more and more people, almost even with the inside line. They just have to get all formed together. Really make something work. A lot of snaking going on into turn 1. And oh, big wiggle from the 7 there. That was almost, you almost lost that going into turn number 1, car. So the car's a little on the loose side.
Well, we do have side-by-side racing for what could be the most laps strung together here tonight. And yeah, so now they're feeling it side-by-side for the first time.
And you can see, you know, going, I'm looking at the speeds here, and I believe last time we were at Daytona, going down the straights, you're
200-ish?
Well over 200, about 206, 207 sometimes. Speeds down to 190. As you can see, Hunter's trying to pinch down, that outside line's trying to pinch down and really hinder that inside. And the 44, 88, and 40 all didn't want to do that, so they drove up the track. A lot of defensive driving you can see going on. Well, big checkup, big checkup.
Contact, Rick Greenaway sideways. Hancock in the wall.
Got it sorted out as best as they could. Oh, the 15 got a little side on the apron. Got it sorted out though. He's going to lose the pack, unfortunately. He's got a couple cars of the 82 and the 04 Mark Mann though to pick up that number 15 Camry driven by Rick Greenaway. And while all that was happening, the 26 got clear that outside line. Josh Milam doing a great job pushing him clear. And KR, I think, you know, this package is all, as much as, you know, single file it is, I think it's all just about side drafting now.
Well, I'll tell you, so far it's been an interesting night where drivers are trying to feel this out as the 4 gets into the back of the 26 in the middle of the corner there, and Hunter Reynolds had to wrestle that car back under control, but gets that done and gonna lead this next lap as well. The 26 machine out in front. Paul Servant sitting in 3rd spot. Anthony English in the 44 in 4th, and rounding out your top 5, that's the 88 of Dana Osborne.
Yeah, I'm wondering what if you know, I'm assuming the 4 and the 3 are just cool with riding behind Hunter for a little while we're coming to about maybe the 11th lap on this stint of last time they came to pit road. But field going back to mostly being single file, I'm wondering if the 3 and the 4 could kind of step out and try to pass Hunter with him being lonesome and get around him, especially with the 88 being behind Anthony English. I'm assuming they could easily drive around Hunter, and I kind of would like to see them do that to see if it can be done rather than wait until later in the race to try to make a move. At least that's what's going through my head at this point right now.
JD Crow in the 17 goes for a spin off the back stretch, but rejoins. And Adam Evans again is gonna go around.
Yep, and that's not gonna be a caution, it seems.
The 25, no caution yet. Gets it sorted out, but Adam Evans going off track here. Let's take another look at this one. As the 17 made contact with Hancock, and Evans, wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, that was not a good rejoin by the 17 there. Should have been a little bit more mindful of the pack behind him. No real need for
Sean Wilder out of control. Wilder's lost it. He is pointed the wrong direction.
We're 3 wide, KR. 40, 88, and 7, all 3 wide. We haven't seen any of that happen, really, to the extent that like we would usually see. Oh, Dana's getting awfully close to DJ's quarter panel. Because they're going to sort of back out. I don't even know if 3 wide is... be a viable option. I unfortunately haven't had enough time really to test that myself. I don't know if any of these drivers out here have.
So Chris Akers in the 4, your race leader. The 3 of Paul Servant in second. The 44 of Anthony English finding himself in a third. Jason Grames is up to 4th place right now. And Daniel Holloway, who at one point was 1 lap down, finds himself rounding out the top 10 at 21, is doing a good job at recovering. Sean Wilder and Pondo Co. both on pit road right now. And Adam Evans, well, he's still out there. JD Crow in the 17 has made a pit stop and rejoined the race. A couple drivers going for pit stops right now. And, you know, we might see the rest of the field coming here pretty soon.
Yeah, right now I'm actually watching watching Hunter Reynolds on board, and he's down.
Holloway again going for a little jaunt.
Josh gave Hunter a little bump, got him a little bit out of shape. Fortunately, Daniel was right there to essentially save Hunter from sliding all the way down the track. But really watching, you know, Hunter. We're talking about side drafting everything. You can watch Hunter and Josh both dip down to the car on their inside, and you can see them making a move forward right now. And Hunter's going to get into the 3's quarter panel, pull up, try to create some separation between the 3 and the 4. Doesn't create any, but they're getting that run, and now Paul is starting to. Looks like he's still on the 4's bumper. A little bit of separation though. But you can see Hunter's really trying to work that side draft right there to move forward, and it's working as the 4 gets out of shape. Bad bump by Paul Servant. That's definitely going to allow the 26 to get clear. I don't know about the 7 though, KR.
26 does drop down in front of the 4, and the 4 and the 7 get very close to each other.
And Josh now has the 28 of Jimmy Reynolds behind him. And I'm learning a lot in the booth tonight, KR, as the 4, bumping out of the corner. I don't know if you can do that in these cars. Hunter's all over the road right now. As looks like got a couple cars that just pit. 61 of DJ Mitzel, the 31 of Todd Poston, and 21 of Daniel Holloway all hitting pit road that last time by. But the pack just came out of turn 2. Coming up close onto them. I'm assuming the pack is about to pit here in a lap or 2, KR, as the 9 of Pondo Co's in pit road right now for well over 3 minutes. I'm wondering if he's having some issues getting that car back together.
So the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, your race leader, not coming down pit road just yet. And as you mentioned, we do have a few teams hitting pit road. The 17 of JD Crow, one of those drivers who pitted. In fact, he pitted on a lap 36, and the 17 now going 1 lap down.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the pit cycles with a large group of drivers. Which surprising, the 343 of Russ Hancock, 19 is going to come to 20 laps on this tank of fuel here. So really stretching the fuel out as the field hits pit road. Everybody, I would assume, everybody except the 19 of Donald Sadusky. I don't know if he's got some more fuel in that tank or what, but he's staying out. Very interesting call from him, as the 4 Chris Akers slides his box all the way to the box of the 19. it looks like... Did some of them take 4 tires? Or just an extra long stop?
Down and away goes quite a few of the field. Mark Mann sitting on pit road still. The 19 of Sadusky coming on to pit road. He is going to bring Adam Evans with him in the 25, but Evans overshoots the entry. The problems continue for the 25.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's having a rough night tonight, as the pack is just formed once again. So fairly quickly to get back together, the 3 and the 88 were, along with the 26, 7, and 40. And here comes the 61 and the 31.
Free wide Motorsports trying to work that outside lane. Teammates starting to stack up here as the 3 and the 88, and then you have the 26 and the 7.
And then the 40's all by himself, and I believe the 44 is with the 26 and 7 under the Alliance Motorsports team. So right now the numbers advantage is with Hunter, Josh, and Anthony. The 40 kind of being a neutral party is the 40's kind of dropped off a little bit from Josh's bumper. That's really spread this lead pack out a fair bit, really. Very interesting.
All right, so green no flag pit stops done and over with, and yes, those were green flag, not yellow flag, because I can do colors now.
Colors, I mean, colors was a hard subject for me in elementary school, mainly kindergarten, you know. Art class, it was rough, man.
Jason Graham's in the 40 right now, sitting in a 5th spot. DJ Mitchell and Todd Poston in the 61 and 31 after trying that outside lane. Have now tucked in, and single file we go with our lead pack. And then the 19 leading this second pack. That includes Russell Hancock, Michael Hinton, Les Levy in the 62, and the 28 of Jimmy Reynolds. 5 cars here trying to get single file, trying to get lined up. So we have had 2 cautions here tonight, but I'd say probably about 15 crashes that did not trigger a caution one way or another. So it has been quite an interesting night so far. As we're past the halfway point, the laps are starting to wind down. You still have some of the usual suspects at the front of the field. Paul Servant in the 3 out in front. Servant looking for his 2nd win of the season. So far, we do not have a repeat winner this season. We're into race number 8 of 10 races in this regular season. Let's go ahead and take a look at our points coming into tonight here. We did not get to bring these up in our pre-race show, but Paul Servant, Daniel Holloway sitting at 1 and 2 in the point standings, and then it's Hunter Reynolds. And what I can tell you is, despite the Holloway car going all over the place, he's been trying to work his way forward nonstop. So Cream always seems to find a way to rise to the top no matter what is going on.
Yeah, the 21's been throwing a lot of things been thrown at that car tonight. KR saw him have contact with Hunter there not too long ago. Then the flip, and I mean, just to be running on the lead lap still with he might, I believe he's kind of running by himself right now, but he's not a lap down. Still, something can happen. Caution come out and be right back there to make something happen. As we're just tandem pushing up here between the Candy Shack and the Alliance guys, as the 91 now goes a lap down. So now we have the 4, Chris Akers and the 91 really racing to get their lap back for the Lucky Dog, and it looks like the 4 is gonna past the 91 there, so as long as they don't have any issues before Chris Akers would be the lucky dog. And KR, I think we're at one more stop, if I'm not wrong.
Should have one more stop for sure, and depending on when they come down pit road, I think it'd be all right. I think everyone can get by on just one more.
Yeah, we saw at least 19 laps, and if you're running single file like this, you more than likely can save fuel unless you're the 3 leading the pack. Man, it's so weird to see single file racing,
Especially lap after lap.
Yeah, it's so odd. Usually, I've ran quite a bit of super speedway races, many laps, especially around Daytona, and you're almost 2x2 the entire race. So to see this, it's kind of jarring actually to see how different it is now. As the 7 of Josh Milam kind of jumps up. Looked like he wanted to pick up the 27 there. As 27 Sean Stevens is going to go a lap down now, and shortly soon the 15 of Rick Greenaway. So we're going to have a 4-man battle for the lucky dog if we have another caution. But yeah, it's weird.
The 21 of Daniel Holloway has fallen back. We mentioned the troubles he's gone through here tonight, and he doesn't have any drafting help right now. I'll tell you what, the 04 Mark Mann closing in on him. Dan Harrington in the 82 and the 17 of JD Crow right there as well. So gonna have a 4-car pack here. But with this field kind of starting to be spread out, Travis, and we're already going through one green flag pit stop round. Man, I still don't know what to think of this race just yet. I don't know which way it's gonna turn.
Yeah, it's so different that it's almost hard to expect what's going on. It's definitely going to take some time to really figure out what people are doing, because it's almost like tandem drafting is kind of a thing, but it's not, but it is. But side drafting seems to be the major factor here. A lot more aero went into this build for the super speedway package for the cup cars, and no other car got, not the Xfinity, not the trucks or the K&N cars got touched. So this is a cup specific package, and it's interesting. Like I said, I'm learning a lot up here watching this race, since I can't be down on the track running, but it's I mean, they're doing a great job. I mean, we're 54 laps in, coming to 55 laps in, like 16 or 26 laps to go, and we haven't really had too many large cautions. Nothing from people trying to side draft and getting a little too close and clipping bumpers and hooking people. It's mainly just been kind of checkups caused by people getting slowed down in the line, and that was causing the incidents that we've seen tonight in KR. So it's hard to call even with coming to the 20 to go here, not too soon.
All right, let's give you a quick rundown. Paul Servant, Dana Osborne, Hunter Reynolds, Josh Milam, your first 4 cars. Jason Graham's just a hair back as he is closing in onto the back bumper of the 7. Then it's the 44 of Anthony English, DJ Mitchell, and Todd Poston right there behind them in the 61 and the 31. And then Chris Akers in the 4. First car 1 lap down in 17th spot. Right behind Akers is the 91 of Sean Wilder. Those two battling to be the first car 1 lap down. And Adam Evans, multiple laps down in the 25. He is just trying to finish this race out. And hoping that no more situations happen to him, around him, near him, anything like that.
And it looks like the 17 of JD Crow just hit pit road, and he is now 1 lap down. Probably going to go 2 with how separated the pack is. So interesting to see him pit with well over 20 laps. And we've seen people stretch the tank at least 20 laps, or at most 20 laps. So wondering if he's trying to just get off cycle to gain some track position, as I believe the 91 of Sean Wilder also hitting pit road. And it looks like he is getting dropped off the jack, and he is pulling out of pit road right now. As that 3-car pack of Daniel Holloway, Mark Mann, and Daniel Harrington go past him. Laps are ticking away, KR. More and more opportunities to try stuff while you still can before it's too late.
Paul Servant in familiar territory where he has tried to be this entire race is out in front. Down on the yellow line, the 88 of Dana Osborne tucked in tight right behind him. So those two trying to work together to bring this one home. 23 laps left to go.
Still sitting single file. Nobody really trying anything, which is surprising with excuse me, the caliber of drivers we have up here. You know, you have obviously, I don't think Dana's really going to go anywhere from Paul's bumper, but you got Hunter and Josh, the 40 of Jason Grahams, the 44 of Anthony English, 61 of DJ Menzel, and 31 of Todd Poston. Definitely capable drivers of making something happen. As the 7 goes up, big wiggles. He was wiggling all the way out of turn 2. He was completely out of control there, just speed wobbling. Got under control though fairly quickly. He was trying to make a move happen. That was the 3 wide guys hit pit road, and then they're deep. 31 locks them up. I believe he got it slowed down just in time to hit pit road. So you already see people hitting pit road.
Yeah. Final round of pit stops. I believe this will be the final round. I think we've seen them go 20 laps out here, and with 21 laps to go, we're right at the edge of the fuel window. Not only that, but our speeds are down a little bit as well, and I think that's going to burn a little bit less fuel.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think the guys that are 10th or 1st through 11th or 13th, so you know the obviously this lead pack here, and Les Levy, Michael Hinton, Jimmy Reynolds, Mark Mann, Daniel Harrington. I think all those guys are going to be able to one stop from here for sure. Interesting call by the 3 wide guys to pit with 20-21 to go. Be interesting to see if they can stretch that fuel out. I mean, when you're running single file and you know you're not running a lot of very fast, is the 31 on the apron. I don't know if he had a speeding penalty or.
Looks like he is coming down pit road one more time. Very possible got that speeding penalty. We saw him lock it up.
Yeah, it's interesting because usually you just get the speeding into pit road, you get a 40-second hold, as the back half of the top 10 being led by the 19 down pit road, and also the lead pack of Paul Servant and company pulling out of pit road now. 88 Dan Osborne, a lot of wheel spin coming out of his pit box. Lost a lot of time there. Still spinning the tires, as the 7 of Josh Milam got out of pit road ahead of everybody by quite a large margin. It was a great pit stop by his team there. Getting back out on the track.
Michael Hinton in the 63 did not hit pit lane, and he's going to make that pit stop now. And the 63 slows it down onto pit road. The 7 of Josh Milam. After this is all cycled through, the 7 out in front with the 26 of Hunter Reynolds on his back bumper, and they have the 44 of Anthony English trying to close up on him. And this could be the big break that they need, getting that separation here early.
Yeah, we've seen very difficult to really pull up, as the 44 of Anthony English just completely changes my mind on that and drives right up to Hunter's bumper. Be interesting to see how the 3 cars kind of work out. The 40 of Jason Graham's kind of just out in no man's land with the 3 and the 88 and the 4 all lined up with each other with DJ Mitzel there. So they got their work cut out for them, KR. A lot of laps still to go. They're going to have to do everything they can to really catch this lead pack here. As you can see, Anthony off of Hunter's bumper a little bit, not able to stay on his bumper like he probably would like to, or like you used to. Actually fairly spread out up front here. Not going very fast either, in my opinion, KR.
All right, the 7 out in front coming up on the 17 of JD Crow to put him 1 lap down. He moves to the high side. Milam works around Crow as Crow holds his line. Top 3 have a big breakaway from the rest of this field.
They're going to lose a lot of time
and
from
they
the 17
are
staying there.
Struggling to get around the 17.
Yeah, I don't know about doing that. That's pretty much taking away the leader's lead that they had. Just how difficult it is to pass. And you can see Anthony's lost so much time there.
Yeah, everyone's struggling to get around the 17. They caught up to him very quickly, and JD Crow, not doing anything wrong, just stayed where he wanted to be, and that is allowing the 3 of Paul Servant, who is leading the second group of drivers, to really close in quickly, as now everyone finally gets around the 17 of JD Crow. But Paul Servant has a full head of steam, and he is coming quickly.
But they're going to have to pass JD also, unless JD goes up to the top, which if he did that, he didn't do that for them, but he's going to tuck right into the Anthony English's bumper there, so he's going to be with this lead pack again. But go ahead, Gare.
15 laps to go. This race is winding down right now. We do have 15 cars on the lead lap. JD Crow in that 17 machine is the first car 1 lap down. So with these 15 cars on the lead lap, Paul Servant closing in quickly on Josh Milam, Hunter Reynolds, and Anthony English. But then Paul Servant has a few cars with him. But further back, that is the 19 of Donald Sadusky, Russ Hancock, Sean Wilder right there as well, but Wilder not on the lead lap. The 27 of Sean Stevens also off the pace here. That 27 machine just ahead of the 25 of Adam Evans, and Evans still out there soldiering on.
Okay, you said Paul Servant was catching this lead pack.
It has died off quickly.
Yeah, he's lost about 3/10 in a lap, about 2 laps. I don't know if that's just Dana getting hot and can't push as much, but definitely have lost quite a bit of time, and they just keep losing more, almost down to 2 seconds back.
They were up to 1.3 seconds as we go on board with the 3. So it has fallen from 1.3 to 1.9 in about a lap and a half.
Yeah, and Hunter's pushing when he needs to. But he's kind of just letting the arrow of the car, just arrow pushing Josh when pretty much he doesn't really need to do anything. As you can see him kind of airing the car out a little bit, so he is getting a little hot.
Ooh, big wiggle by the 3. Chris Akers in the 4, gonna get underneath the 88 of Dana Osborne. This is gonna shuffle him up just a little bit.
Yeah, Dana could be getting a little hot also, so they need a fresh car to get in there and push the 3. We'll see if they start gaining a little bit of ground before the 4 gets hot. But that gap was as low as a second and 1.3 seconds, and now he's up to almost 2.6 back off of the leader here. So a lot of work cut out for him, but you know, we're still about 10 laps to go here at the line, KR. A lot of racing left, but not a lot of racing left, if you know what I mean. Looks like he's starting to cut down that lead just ever so slightly.
So the 7 has that lead, and 11 laps to go now as they flash down the front stretch into turn number 1. These top 3, as long as the yellow doesn't come out, could settle it amongst themselves, but as difficult as passing has been, you kind of wonder how teammates would try and tackle this situation. Paul Servant dropping down to that yellow line, trying to gain ground on these 4 cars, but he's not looking too good. And another car that's back a little bit, that is the 04 of Mark Mann, the 21 of Daniel Holloway, and the 82 of Dan Harrington. They're 13th, 14th, and 15th. And they find themselves in danger of going a lap down here, as we now got 10 laps to go.
Yeah, I'm sure Josh and Hunter and them would love to see this thing go green, of course. And by the looks of the gap between Paul to Josh, they're not really gaining a lot of time. As I mean, I don't know what else they can do. Chris Akers is giving his teammate all he's got, shoving him down the back straight. But Josh and Hunter are doing such a good job at managing their temps and really, you know, keeping this race under control. But like you said, it'll be interesting to see the final lap here. See if Anthony tries to go for something, and see if the 17 goes with him, and see how this really goes when you're racing on the last lap in 2-car tandems.
All right, let's check and see. We still only have 15 cars on the lead lap. JD Crow in the 17, still the first car 1 lap down, as he is running right here with our top 3 cars. And Chris Akers in the second group is also 1 lap down, so he's trying to catch up there the same way that Paul Servant is trying to catch. To have a shot at winning this thing, you got to be on the lead lap, as the 4 and the 3 had a little bit of a wiggle. The 61 of DJ Mitzel now going to try and jump out. No one goes with him, though, so the 61 here could fall back just a little bit. Probably going to tuck in behind the 88 of Dana Osborne.
Yeah, and just as they were starting to make grounds forward, you know, they got about 1.8 back to Josh, and now it's back over 2 seconds. So they're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back almost every few laps, and they really gotta hunker down and try to get this going forward. As we're coming to, I believe, 7 laps to go this time by. The front of the pack, Josh Milam, Hunter Reynolds, JD Crow hitting pit road. We saw him. Oh, they're wrecking at a 4KR.
JD Crow on the pit road. Dana Osborne and several others, I believe, getting involved in this yellow. And this is going to set up everything.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of contact between the 88 and the 40. 40 got very loose. DJ tried to make it through there and just kind of lost it there.
That was a good time for a caution, I'd say. The yellow flag coming out. for an incident off of turn number 4. The field getting caught up by the pace car. Josh Milam in the 7-year race leader. And now I wonder who's going to come down pit road. It wouldn't hurt to come down top off, especially if you're anticipating a green-white checkered situation where we're doing extra laps. But I do believe everyone maybe, I don't know, that fuel's kind of close. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what they got in their heads.
I mean, well, you got at least 2 laps of caution. They're more than likely good. I wouldn't give up the track position, especially. The track position is just too valuable, as we've seen. Especially starting on that outside, unless you have somebody on your bumper who can really give you a good shove right at the beginning, you're gonna essentially just go backwards. So, we should have a 3-lap shootout when we go green, and then after that would be green-white checkers KR. So it'd be close for these guys on fuel. First person to get fuel is the 61 of DJ Mitzel, who was involved in that incident. 88 Dana Osborne and the 40 Jason Graham's coming out of pit road. You know, we're gonna be going green with like 3 laps to go, and it seems like such a short amount of time, but it's gonna feel like forever for these guys out here.
Yeah, it is. It has been a topsy-turvy kind of race. The 7 of Josh Milam, your race leader, he's been at the front of the field for most of this night, along with the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Milam trying to go back-to-back here, and Josh has been climbing the points standings quite quickly. Right now, he is 22nd in the point standings. Does have 1 win that he picked up last week at Talladega. He can get another win here, and that is really going to put him solidly is in talks for running at the championship.
For sure. And he kind of joined a little bit late in the season. That's why he's kind of down in the points. But the fact that he's climbing up the standings each week, it's a testament to him as a driver, really. As the lights go out on the pace car, 1 to green this time by, sorry. As we're going to get the green flag at lap 77. But we're actually going to have 4 laps, not 3 laps. My math is bad, KR.
It can happen. My math is never very good anyways.
I mean, that's why they make calculators, KR.
I had a calculator once.
I have one on my phone.
I tried to eat it.
Yeah. Why is that? Was it a calculator cookie?
Well, I mean, if you eat it, then all that knowledge should be inside you all the time. It doesn't work that way, apparently, but...
And that's why you're supposed to eat books, not calculators. Books is where all the knowledge is.
I don't know. All right, here we go. Stacked up 2 by 2. We're going to fire them off for what could be the last time. They're going to get the green flag with 4 laps to go. Josh Milam, Hunter Reynolds, row number 1. Anthony English, Paul Servant, row number 2. Then Donald Sadusky and Russell Hancock for row number 3. 16 cars on the lead lap. Chris Akers did receive the wave around. He's going to start tail end longest line. We're going to fire him off with 22 cars still in this race. Only driver out of the race, that is Pondo Co. in the 9. As the green flag comes out, we're going to try and settle this thing in a side-by-side shootout as teammates run door to door through 1 and 2.
Honor's getting a huge run off of turn 4 with no real help behind him. Paul Servant's well off of his bumper, well, at least a car length, as that inside line starting to surge forward showing the strength of the inside as we have seen this entire race. Wonder if we're going to see anybody try that topside, and I believe that's the 91 way back in the back making something happen. Out of nowhere, Hunter's going to drift up a little bit. I don't know what that's about.
Michael Hinton in the 63, big wiggle coming off of turn 4 as Sean Wilder and JD Crow get hooked up in that third lane. They are making progress to the front of the field, but with 3 laps to go, they need to get to the front, and that yellow needs to come out just as soon as they get to the front.
Yep, interesting call by them.
Around goes the 28 of Jimmy Reynolds. He's going to get into Dan Harrington, and the yellow flag is going to come out. So
Yeah,
Reynolds goes around in the middle of 1 and 2. Let's take a look at this. The 82 of Dan Harrington on his back bumper.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think he was ready for that, but you're not going to believe this. Adam Evans got through okay.
Oh, thank God. Oh, man. At least one positive thing has happened. I'm so glad to see him actually get through something, but
It was close, but the 25 was able to make it through.
well, that looked like Jimmy was 3 wide in the middle. He kind of went up to JD Crow's bumper, and I think that slowed Jimmy down. But I think Jimmy just side drafted himself. and Dan was already on his bumper as soon as that happened, so he just went right around. It's unfortunate to see Jimmy. He's in the pits, got it back out on track. I don't think he got too much damage from that, but he probably took a fast repair anyway. As we are within the confines of the green-white checkered extended race, KR. They have extra innings in baseball. We have overtime and racing.
Yeah, the drivers. I don't know, man. On that fuel, I still think it's kind of close, but now that we're going into this overtime, I don't think anyone's gonna give up that track position just yet.
Oh no.
Not
Not at all. If you're in the back, you might take a splash, but if you're leading, you're committed, staying up here. And surprise out of all surprises, the driver in 3rd place, KR, Mark Mann.
04 Mark Mann has had a very up and down kind of night. Struggled through some internet connection issues. Now finds himself in the top 3. When did he get there?
I don't know. I genuinely have no clue. I'm gonna try to go back and see when he kind of popped up there. Talk about a quiet comeback. I mean, he was like 10th at the when that caution came out. They were about to go a lap down, but they didn't. And I mean, it's just a field is so spread out. We kind of forgot about the last season's champion, Mark Mann, and kind of coming up out of nowhere at the end here with a chance to make something happen and get a win tonight. So talk about a comeback story for tonight, KR.
All right, so the 04 coming out of nowhere to have a shot at winning this one. Paul Servant right behind him in a 4th spot, and Anthony English in the 44 in 5th place. Donald Sadusky 6th, 7th. Russell Hancock, DJ Mitzel in 8th, 9th. The 88 of Dana Osborne. Les Levy rounding out your top 10. There's Daniel Holloway, who's had his fair share of issues here tonight. JD Crow still 1 lap down, and so he's going to have to drop to the tail here before this is all said and done. Jason Graves in the 40, making his way to his starting spot. So we're going to stack them up 2 by 2 here as we are working lap 81.
And coming to our first attempt at a green-white checkered. I believe we have 2 in the NSRA Sunday Select Series. I could be wrong. I'm trying to fact check myself right now.
Fact
I have
check
no clue.
away.
I have no clue. I think it's 2 though. If my memory serves me correct, I believe it is 2. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry to all the viewers for being factually incorrect, but I will do my best next time to justify that.
Good grief. What are you even doing, Travis?
I mean, you know, I like to say I'm a professional, but I'm very not much of a professional at all. Clearly by me joining as a driver last week.
We had our fair share of struggles last week, that's for sure.
But got it sorted out. I'm ready for this first attempt at a green-white checkered, and I would love nothing more than the pace car to pull off and somebody just goes to the top, and I'd love to see Les Levy go to the top and just get pushed to a win right here. So that's all my eggs in one basket. I don't know if it'll happen, but I'd like to see it happen. The pace car pulls off. The 7 Josh Milam takes the green flag. Not a very good start by... Oh, nope. Mark May did not get a good start, but the 3 of Paul Servant did, and it's going to be on Hunter's bumper going into turn 1, KR.
So our first attempt at overtime goes green. The 7 of Josh Milam down on the bottom. Mark Mann has gotten to his back bumper, but Paul Servant pushing very, very hard on the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. They are going to put a gap on that outside line, drop down to the bottom lane, and now Hunter Reynolds sitting in the race lead with Paul Servant right behind him. Oh, it's English. Oh, Hancock and DJ Mitzel get together, and we got a big stack up at the back, and the yellow flag is going to come out.
Jimmy Reynolds involved there. The 62 of Les Levy. Oh, I think Les just got beached on the apron. Oh yeah, he got beached on the apron. The 15 of Rick Greenway, the 31 of Todd Poston, 61 of DJ Mitzel, the 21 of Daniel Holloway. All involved there.
Just a big stack up. They were coming to get the white flag. We're going to stack them up one more time and try and take this one, but that has put several cars on the pit road to try and repair this damage.
It looks like that all started with the 44 getting up into the 19, causing a checkup. And the 343 just went up right into DJ. DJ came down right into Les and just clogged the track up, and everybody kind of just piled in, had no real chance of avoiding it. So big caution at the first attempt of the green-white checkered. So we have one more. And KR, now I'm starting to think, do these guys have enough fuel? And it looks like they're going to hit pit road. And I guarantee you the 88 of Dana Osborne is staying out because he pitted 6 laps ago. So these guys, this lead group here is going to lose quite a bit of spots to the pit cycles here. And I'm assuming everybody's just going to take a splash and go. Hunter Reynolds beating Paul Servant out of the pits, just barely. Wait, did everybody else just pit?
Dana Osborne,
say.
Michael Hinton, Jason Graves, Chris Akers, all staying out. They did not come down pit road.
Yeah, the scoring did not update, but yeah, they lost quite a bit of track position there to these guys that pit on that first attempt. Or it was like a little, it was on that caution right before the first attempt. So once again, we have a nice little shakeup here at the end of this race. Be interesting to see if somebody can make something happen. And now, I think, depending on how they line up, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Josh Milam and Hunter Reynolds try to make that top line work with Mark Mann and Anthony English if they can, and if they can all get hooked up together, they'll try that top line to make something happen. I'm interested to see if it actually works. I'm worried that it doesn't work, but I would love to be proved wrong. I don't think the pace car is going to be lights out this time. I think we got one more lap.
I believe it's going to go out this time. We only do pit road and then lights out.
Yeah, lights out on the pace car. Let's go time.
So here we go. Final green, white, checkered attempt. Dana Osborne in the 88, Michael Hinton in the 63. On the front row for this restart, Jason Grames and Chris Akers, row number 2.
Okay, this is going to be the final green, white, checkered. So, last attempt. If they can't get to the white flag, the race will be official on the caution. No racing back to the line. No racing it out. It's yellow flag comes out before the white flag. Race is official. That's wherever your spot is. That's where you are scored. Interestingly enough, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds starting on the inside of the third row, being Mark Mann behind him. 7 of Josh Milam starting on that outside of Mark Mann. And I don't see Anthony English. He's on the inside way back there, so I don't know if they're going to be able to get hooked up, KR, but pace car is about to pull off, and we're about to get this thing rolling once again for the final time tonight.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. It has been anyone's guess all race long. Now we're in the final moments of this one, and somebody's going to walk away with the win as the pace car pulls out, down and away. Green flag is out. The 88 of Dana Osborne trying to get rolling. The 61 of DJ Mitchell pulling out right ahead behind Adam Evans. Not sure what happened there, if the tire spun or what. Side by side into turn
that
1.
Top line. Didn't mean to cut you off there. The 63 is going to get to the 88's quarter panel. Look at the run he just got. The 91 also coming around the outside. I don't know if the 91 is on the lead lap. He is. He's making that third line work. He's going to have the 61 of DJ Mitchell behind him. That 63 got a good run out of turn number 2. Didn't really capitalize on it, as the 88's going to spin
Michael
the 63.
Hinton's going around. We got big trouble at the pack. And Jason Grames in the 40 is out in front when the yellow flag comes out.
Yep, the 40 is going to be the winner of this race. I don't know.
Let's take a look at what happened, and it really starts with the 63 of Michael Hinton, or I shouldn't say starts with him, but he was one of the cars that goes around. That was the wrong trigger I wanted to hit. Take a look at this one.
He kind of just drifts down the track right across the 88's bumper. I don't know if he thought he was clear or was trying to side draft Dana.
A lot of damage and destruction. Todd Wilder getting up into the fence.
Race winner is going to be the 40, maybe. Caution came out very late, so we'll see when they cross the line and get everything sorted out. I have no clue who won this yet.
It is going to be the 40 of Jason Grames. As the white flag has been displayed, we are on the final lap. Chris Akers going to finish in 4th. Dana Osborne going to bring it home in 3rd. There you go, across the start finish line, and Jason picks up his first win of the season. And another first-time winner this season. No repeat winners so far. And the 40 gonna celebrate dramatically, I'm sure.
Yeah, first time win, you know. It's something cool, especially when you gotta have a clean car at the end, ready for kind of anything. The field just kind of splits for you. So what the four came in P2 and then Dana P3. So it looks like for me.
Yep. Let's go ahead and go the rest of the results here. Jason Graves picking up the win. Chris Akers in second. Third goes to Dana Osborne. Fourth, JD Crow. And rounding out your top five is Hunter Reynolds.
Coming home in sixth place, the 44 of Anthony English. Seventh place, the 19 of Donald Sadusky. Eighth place, the 3 of Paul Servant. Ninth, the 91 of Sean Wilder. And rounding out your top 10, the 61 of DJ Mitzel.
Russell Hancock finishing 11th. 12th goes to Dan Harrington. Mark Mann 13th. 14th, Josh Milam. 15th, Les Levy.
In 16th place, the 63 of Michael Hinton. 17th, the 25 of Adam Evans. 18th, the 27 of Sean Stevens. 19th, the 21 of Daniel Holloway. And then 20th, the 20 of Jimmy Reynolds.
Rick Greenaway, Todd Poston, and Pondo Co. 21st to 23rd here tonight in low. So let's go ahead and get on to our post-race show. And let's get talking to our race winner. That is none other than the driver of the 40, Jason Graves. And let's get that fired up. Jason, you got your ears on, bud? We'll see. He's probably partying too hard and forgot to push his button. Jason, this is KR and Travis up in the broadcast booth. Can you hear us, bud? All right, you know what? We're going to give him just a moment to work on that. So then let's go ahead and move on to our driver who finished in second spot. And that is none other than Chris Akers. And Travis, I'll let you have that one.
Chris, man, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Oh man, what a wild race it was. A lot of weird things going on that I'm not used to, and I'm sure you're not used to. But with the new package and everything, did you guys kind of figure out what to do there at the end and felt pretty comfortable with it by the time the race was finished?
Shoot, we just got lucky. That's all that happened there. we were working on it, trying different stuff there early on at the race, but I don't think we really figured out too much on it. But I guess luck prevailed, and that's all that matters.
I mean, I always say that super speedway racing is about 80% luck and 20% skill. Not to quote a song, ironically, but yeah. So you guys definitely pulled out there at the end, and you and Dana got a P2 and P3. Great job tonight, man, handling his new car. I'm sure it felt very odd for you guys, and like you said, still don't know what's going on, but give it time. I think you guys will get it sorted out. But you want to give any shout outs, thank yous, anybody out there, man?
Oh man, let's give a shout out to these NSRA guys that put this on week out. I'm sure they take a lot of heartache right now over this new setup, and everybody's complaining about it. But you know, these guys still put on the show, and I enjoy racing here, and I can't thank them enough for what they do. And then, of course, Candy Shack guys, we work as a team always. Try to get to 1 through 4, but at least tonight we got 2 and 3. But I got to thank the Dana and Paul and Holloway for what they do. We always run great together. We always fast. And then I want to thank you guys for putting on the show. Without you guys, our fans can't watch. So appreciate it.
All right, man. Thank you. We'll see the old the monster in the Northeast at iRacing Super Speedway.
It should be fun with this new package. It's gonna be a handful.
It'll be something for sure, man. But you go out there and have a good night and stay safe.
Thank you, guys. Good night.
All right, that is our second place finisher, Chris Akers. But now let's move on to our third place finisher. That is the driver of the 88, Dana Osborne. Dana, you got your ears on?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, congratulations on a third place finish out there tonight. Tell us a little bit about your race.
I was just wanting to finish this thing, but you know, I don't know what happened up front. I gotta go watch the replay, but You know, it was a good race for the most part. Kind of boring, but hey, what it is, what it is.
Well, Dana, you had picked up a win at Daytona a couple weeks ago, and here you are with a third place finish once again. A solid season shaping up. 2 races remain in the regular season. How you feeling heading into the round of 12 here in 3 weeks?
I'm just after points at this point, you know, just to get me up there in the top 12, you know, where I can at least have a chance at this thing.
All right, Dana, well, solid performance here tonight in the 88. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my team. They did a good job tonight. I don't, you know, it was a little tough race, you know, and give a shout out to y'all for putting this broadcast on. I love going back and watching it, and I appreciate you guys.
All right, that is Dana Osborne, driver of the 88 machine, finishing in third place here tonight. But now let's see if we can get a word in with our race winner, and that is Jason. Jason, got your ears on this time? Maybe not. Maybe you should try, Travis. Poke him. Do something, Travis.
Jason.
Fix it, Travis. Fix it.
I'm trying. I can't spell.
Oh, dear. All right. Well, we'll see if we can get in with Jason a word before we sign out, but maybe not. Issues continuing for the 40. We'll give him just one more minute. Hopefully, if he can hear us, he'll just chime in on the microphone when it's working. But Travis, before we do find this out,
I saw voice activation.
we did, but no words. So, real quick, Travis, what'd you think about the race here tonight?
It has me interested to see, you know, what this package is going to bring for super speedway racing in the Cup cars. It's definitely new. I think once people kind of figure things out, like you heard Chris say that they really didn't figure things out after 87 laps around Daytona. And I think it's going to take a lot of getting used to. I think we saw a lot of promise tonight from people working that side draft and really making something of that happen. But it's going to make for an interesting rest of the season, KR.
I think it will. And Jason, you got it all working?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't realize my mic wasn't set up for this.
All right. Well, Jason, you pick up your first win of the season, that 40 machine out in front at the right time, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. I'd just like to thank NSRA for hosting the league and you guys for hosting this. And I'd like to thank my girlfriend, Whitney, for putting up with me on Sundays and let me run in this.
Well, Jason, a solid race out here tonight. Kind of forward and back all night long for this 40 machine. Several incidences out there, and somehow you find a way to put this on the top step. What'd you think of the new package going into our Cup cars?
Well, it was a lot more painful. You definitely can't stay on it as much or bump draft. I noticed my car got real loose a couple times when I was just, had a car right behind me in the corners, just lifts the rear bumper up. So other than that, didn't seem like much was different. You just have to, make sure you're holding your line and don't clip the apron or anything like that.
All right, man. Well, Jason, solid win here tonight. Once again, congratulations on that. And, of course, you thanked your girlfriend. Anyone else you'd like to give a thank you to?
No, just her in the league and you guys. So appreciate you guys hosting this, and you guys do a good job week in, week out.
All right, that is your race winner, the 40 of Jason Graves, getting it done. And Travis, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to call it a night.
Yeah, I'm about to start my night and do a whole lot of practicing for for a league race tomorrow night around Daytona, so I got a long night ahead of me.
All right, man. Well, I'm going to let you get to practicing. So, guys, thank you very much for joining us here tonight. Hope you all enjoyed the show, and we look forward to seeing you next week at the iRacing Super Speedway. So until then, have a good night